I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight we're going to talk about all of Joe Biden's key executive orders. He signed 20, none of them specifically for ADOS or FBA. We will go through the executive orders and see which ones are for our people. Let's start by looking at the executive orders. Let's start with from re-engage with the World Health Organization, create positions for COVID-19 response coordinator, rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement, revoke permit for Keystone XL pipeline, pause energy leasing A&R, ask agencies to extend eviction, foreclosure, or moratoriums, ask for education department to extend student loans pause, launch initiative to advance racial equality and 1776 commission, revoke the order aims to exclude undocumented immigrants in the census. Here we go. The Hispanics didn't even vote for Joe Biden. And it seems like they are eating at the big table. They are getting all the tangibles that we should be receiving. Revoke order aims, like I said, undocumented immigrants from the census. Preserve and fortify DACA, which helps dreamers. Require mass distances on all federal properties and by federal workers. Reverse the travel ban, getting primary Muslim countries. Stop the construction of the border wall. Combat discriminations on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. Here we go. Protecting the LGBTQ community over ADOS and FBA. Let me tell you something. You didn't ask for nothing before the election. You're not going to get anything right now. Requires ethics pledge for the executive branch personnel. Modernize and improve regulatory review. In harsh and extreme immigration enforcement. A country has borders. You're supposed to come into this country legally, not illegally, and give people so-called 11 million, but they say 22 million amnesty in America. Extend protections from deportation for is in America. Revoke certain executive orders concerning federal regulation. Freeze any new or pending regulations. Fill supply and shortfalls with COVID-19 with Defense Production Act and other measures. Increase FEMA reimbursement to states for National Guard. Establish COVID-19 Pandemic Testing Board. Expanding testings. Bolster access to COVID-19 treatments and clinical care. Improve collection analysis of COVID-19 related data. Mount vaccine campaign, which goes 100 million in 100 days. Provide guidance safely reopening school. OSHA guidance for keeping workers safe from COVID-19. Require face masks at airports and other modes of transportation. Establish COVID-19 healthy task force. Support international response to COVID-19. Restore U.S. global leadership. Ask agencies to boost food and improve delivery of stimulus checks. Restore collective bargaining power to federal workers. Is any of these executive orders for African Americans, ADOS or FBA specifically? We got Muslims specific, dreamers specific. We got LGBTQ specific. We have all these other groups getting tangibles over ADOS and FBA. This is what happens when your leadership sells you out in America. This is what's going to happen for the next 4 years. You're going to be eating at the little kids' table. But you're just so happy to have Donald Trump gone, but receive nothing. You see these other groups are going to pass you. when it comes to getting tangibles. You see, he's taking care of the Muslims. He's taking care of the Hispanics. He's going to be taking care of the Asians. But nothing specifically for you. Now, you would say some of these other things like student loans and COVID-19 response and all that other nonsense, but that goes for all Americans. It's not specifically for you. You the one who gave him 90% of your vote. It was you who pushed him over in Georgia, over where he only won by 11,000 votes, where he only won by 15,000 votes in Wisconsin, where he only won by 50,000 votes in Pennsylvania, where he only won by 10,000 votes in Arizona. If it wasn't because of you getting out there voting for Joe Biden, but what do you have to show? Other than him treat you like the slave on the plantation when he was on that Zoom call. He has no respect for you, because no one has respect for anybody who's willing to vote for a man who gave you the prison industrial complex. That's why he could talk to Al Sharpton and all those people on the Zoom call the way he talked about him. And you sat there and accepted it. Oh, somebody's saying a poem at the inauguration, or Vice President Harris is wearing a certain type of shoe, so you happy. While everybody, look at this, everybody is getting tangibles and eating at the front table. These Hispanics talk down to Joe Biden, but Joe Biden respects them because he knows that they will stand up for their issues and they will stand up for their own community. This is extremely disturbing, but this is also a preview of what Joe Biden and his administration will focus on. See, this is just the beginning. He's sending out flyers to the Hispanic community telling them, I'm going to put you first. I'm going to put you before the African American community. I'm going to be the president who elevates you over African Americans. And we got politicians like Jim Clyburn, the CBC, and other organizations who are just sitting there listening to this nonsense and not getting anything in return. He did not have a Zoom call like he had with the Hispanic community, because he knows if he speaks to them that way, they won't vote for him, because they have already proven that they will not vote for Joe Biden. Joe Biden knows that you're already on the plantation, so he doesn't have to give you anything. This is what you just got for your votes. The people who treated him the worst is going to be feeding, getting fed before you get fed. This is absolutely disgusting. And so many of them going to say, oh, just sit back and wait. We heard that before. 8 years with President Obama. And after his 8 years was up, everybody else was fed, but we was sitting at the table starving. I want you to take a look at these executive orders. And many of you will come on here and you will stand up for Joe Biden. But this makes no sense right here. You should have had an executive order on day one on reparations, but you see none. This is what you got for your vote. Climate change. All this other nonsense that won't even help the black community in the long run. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.